Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Birth to Life Early Care Institute. I'm the founder and creator, April Jones. So I have a very exciting topic that I wanted to talk about today, and mainly this is for my parents out there. So remember, I specialize in children, teaching and educating and advocating for infants through older preschoolers, which are 4 and 5. So today I wanted to talk about your home library, your books, or creating a home library, because some of you might not have a home library inside of your home. So I wanted to talk about that. So I know there's many families that probably have books, a range of books, and some that are pretty much trying to get started. So I don't see this too often that people talk about this, but it's very important that you add wordless books to your collection in your home library. Yes, wordless books. So what is that? It's what it sounds like. It's a book without any words. For the most part, it's just pictures in there, and the pictures and the images tell a story within themselves. This is very important. This has a lot of benefits to it. Number one, well, a lot of times, as we're teaching and we're coaching and we're mentoring our little people, they are experiencing the world for themselves at 2 and 3, or even as an infant. And it's very important that we try to pull out that prior knowledge of what they are experiencing. So that's why I'm a champion for making sure that you have wordless books inside of your home. So what can you do with the wordless book? Some of you are like, okay, what can I do with a wordless book? Well, as a former teacher, one of the things that I used to do with books is I would have a picture walk with the children. So I would just talk about the different images and the different things that they would see inside of a book. Because sometimes when you're reading a regular book, you, for the most part, might focus on the words. You might not necessarily focusing on like the scenes and everything that's going on with inside of the story. So we talk about all of that. We look at the story at the bottom, at the top of the book, and everything. You really take your time to explore this book. So that's why a wordless book has that type of benefit to it. So as a family, one of the things you can do is talk about the images and depiction of the book, but you and your child can come up with your own conclusions of the story. You can create a beginning of the story and talk about the ending of the story. You can expand the wordless book and talk about, okay, this time I'm going to have you to act out this part of the book. There's so many different things that you can do with a wordless book. Now, say for instance that you do come up with this amazing story and you don't want it to get lost in translation as well, or you just don't want to forget about the story. You could possibly use some word cards even. So you can use word cards, so you could use sentence strips or index cards, and you can put words on there. Even if the child is not necessarily writing words just yet, if they're just scribbling, you can add a picture of their scribbles, because that's emergent writing, and we want to encourage that as well. So scribbles are just not scribbles. So it's very important that you add a wordless book to your home library as your collection. So I get very excited. Everybody knows I get very excited when I talk about early care education and child care. I'm just such a champion for it. Okay. So I have other tips on my other platforms. So I have a podcast on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple. So the Birth to Life Early Care Institute has some podcasts on there, definitely for parents, that you definitely could check out and will help you. And also I have my Instagram page and my Facebook page to the Birth to Life Early Care Institute. Oh, let me not forget about YouTube as well. So add those wordless books to your library, okay? And we will have another session about this. Have a good evening.